Alright, hello citizens of the Nigelverse, it's Nigel here once again, and this is going to be another wrestling review. So, first of all, I'm going to let you guys know how we're going to do our schedule for the month of March. So, the month of March is the lead up towards WrestleMania season, so all of my wrestling reviews this month will be WrestleMania related. So, looking at some great WrestleMania matches, some fantastic, iconic WrestleMania matches, including this one that I'm going to review today. But how we're going to do the schedule is that every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday will be a WrestleMania review, at least for the month of March. And then obviously the in between stuff will be in between. We'll do some other WrestleMania related stuff in between as well. But that's kind of how we're going to do things for the month of March. That being said, I couldn't wait on this one. This one I wanted to do today because this one very iconic. This one on considered one of the best WrestleMania matches of all time, on what some consider to be one of the best WrestleManias of all time. I mean, this one does it live up to the hype? Is it possible to live up to the hype, considering not just who's involved, but the collective star power are here? Let's find out as we start off with a bang. I'm of course talking about Icon versus Icon, The Rock versus Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 18, aka WrestleMania X8. Or more so The Rock versus Hollywood Hogan, but not for much longer, and we will find out why. But as always, I'm not professional wrestling reviewer or anything like that. Just a man who enjoys a good time, and I had a really good time with this match. So without further ado, let's get into it and explain why. So if you've seen these reviews of mine before, you kind of already know how this works. If you haven't, I'm going to be talking about what I liked and disliked about the match. So starting with what I liked, even just from even before the bell rings, the crowd are definitely into it, and for all intents and purposes, it is an iconic moment. Like The Rock and Hollywood Hogan coming face to face, the stare down, the crowd going electric, which they are literally like that for the entire match. Like it's a moment that will send goosebumps up and down your spine, up and down throughout your arms. In fact, I'm kind of getting goosebumps just thinking about it. But just that iconic stare down on The Rock and Hulk Hogan, two of arguably the biggest stars in WWE history. Hulk Hogan had to recently come back as Hollywood Hogan, and the NWO had just come back into the fold with this man wanting to destroy his own company. He saying that he's going to inject a lethal dose of poison into the WWE in order to kill his own company. Well, it wouldn't be the last time this man tried to kill the WWE. But this time was more intentional, if anything. But injecting that lethal dose of poison, that being the NWO, which of course the NWO, one of the biggest entities in WCW, who one of the reasons for its success and kind of one of the reasons for its failures, but that's what led to this match here, Hogan versus The Rock. Now, granted, Hogan versus Austin also would have been in just as big a match. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, and I believe, and I could be totally wrong about this. I'm looking through the wiki article here just to be sure, or just to make sure here. I think it originally was supposed to be Austin versus Hogan in here, or at least he would have been teased, and that definitely would have been a major match as well. Like I said, and one of the biggest stars of the Golden Era versus one of the biggest stars of the Attitude Era. In fact, not even just one of for either, but the biggest for either of those. The biggest star from the Golden Era versus the biggest star from the Attitude Era. But rather instead, we do The Rock, of course, not taking anything away from him. The Rock still, if Austin's the top star in the Attitude Era, Rock is probably like a close second. And if Austin's the most iconic in the Attitude Era, The Rock is like a close second. And that's kind of how it's almost always been. And but nevertheless, so The crowd definitely into it. The crowd, they want to see this confrontation, and we definitely do get this confrontation. Seeing some of the best from both men, and Hogan hulking up. The crowd definitely being into that. The Rock actually finishing off with a people's elbow. So one of the rare matches that I can think of where The Rock actually gets the win with the people's elbow, which honestly, yeah. While many have said that the Rock's finishers aren't really the greatest. For starters, they pop the crowd. They definitely pop the crowd every single time. But also, I'd argue at least that between the two, I think the Rock Bottom's more feasible end than the People's Elbow. But nonetheless, the Rock's still getting the job done on pretty good back and forth for the most part between the two. And Hogan showing in respect to The Rock after the match. So this is what began Hogan's face turn, right after, I believe, like literally the Raw after. So the next night, Hogan would officially split from the NWO. Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, they kind of turned their back on Hogan and kicked him out of the NWO. So Hogan, no longer Hollywood, now Hulk Hogan, and no longer within the NWO, and the NWO wouldn't be much longer in WWE anyway. After that point, but yeah, it was this reception that ultimately caused that face turn for Hogan, and then he went on his, kind of like Renaissance run, in a way. Hey, with like the Hulk still rules and everything, and heard and stuff like that. But a lot of that stemmed from this match. So, and really, when it comes to how these two men work and the crowd reception, you probably couldn't ask for a better confrontation. It was still pretty entertaining, and definitely either man's best match, probably not, but it definitely one of the most iconic, and it definitely lived up to that icon versus icon name. And you just knew, and like I said, you knew it was going to be good just from the opening stare down. When even the stare down is electric, where the two men are staring at each other and the crowd and everything, and when even that gets a huge pop, you know you're in for a good time. And would a Austin Hogan match have worked out better? Who's to really say? But this is still a really good match that we got between these two, and of course the show of respect at the end and afterwards. It's the point where I don't really think I have many complaints about this match. It was really solid, and definitely living up to that icon versus icon name for sure. And I know I keep bringing that up, but it's one of those things where the match can be what it is, and the match itself wasn't bad, but it's more or so the weight of the match, the implications, the magnitude of the match that really put it over for itself, and it leads to a very iconic WrestleMania moment for sure, and a very iconic WrestleMania match for sure as well. But nevertheless, that's going to do it, I think, for this review, and we've got plenty of other awesome WrestleMania matches that we're looking at this month, so definitely stay tuned for those. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video so you can see the drops, and let me know in the comments what your thoughts on the match in my review. Do you like the match? Do you like my review of the match? Let me know. But thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Peace.